I'm
All
here.
right. So everybody, welcome to Festive TV and who we got here today. Let the people know your name and the name of the business that you claim.
My name is Naija, and the name of my restaurant is JusDeJoie, means Juice of Joy in French.
That's what I was gonna ask you. I was gonna say that was French, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Like,
Juice
you
of
just call
Joy,
it
yeah,
Juice
we're
of
gonna
Joy.
call it Juice of Joy. You got the fast accent with it. Showing love to my girl with the best juices and plates in the city. I'm pinning. I want to pin that, but that's a good one. Shout outs to Intentional Miami, showing love. So, so
Mm-hmm.
for the
Thank
people,
you.
how was it growing up?
Um, like what? Like, you gotta be specific.
Nah, just in general, just in general, like before you got to the point you are now, just growing up, like from your childhood to adulthood. Like, how was it growing up?
Um, Growing up, I was
Hmm.
always like very independent. Um, I've always been a hustler. Like I feel like I was like 5 years old, like going outside selling lemonade in front of my house and stuff just because I wanted my own money. Like I've always just, I don't know. Maybe it's because I was pretty much an only child. My grandparents was pretty much the ones that I was with all the time. So like they just let me do whatever I wanted to do.
Yeah,
So um, that definitely taught me to be independent. Like I started cooking at 4. Just my grandfather he didn't care. He was just like, just don't burn the house down. So like I started cooking
four.
when I was 4 and like trying different
Wow, four.
things. And I didn't burn the
What?
house
So,
down.
what was you cooking at the age of 4?
Um, I used to cut up
Okay. You had
onions
knives in your
and
hand.
like put it in like a pan and with like oil and what's it? I used to Lowry's. I used to use Lowry's just because I used to watch everybody cook
So
and they would use
you knew
Lowry's. So
exactly
I was like,
the
okay.
the right amount to put in and all that. Like, it wasn't never too salty. It
Well,
wasn't,
it took some time.
or it started off rough.
I remember it was salty. Yeah. I remember like there was sometimes it was salty. I used to try to make applesauce. So like I would
Yeah.
cut up an apple and put it in a pot with water and cinnamon and stuff and boil it and try to make applesauce. So like doing those things, it just like followed me
So is
throughout
that is
time. Like
hold
I
on, we're not
love
gonna skip
cooking.
past that. Is that really how you make applesauce? Like, is that a way? Oh, okay, okay. You was
I
experimenting. I
don't know.
got
I don't know. I was just trying.
you.
I really was just trying. Like I've always
So
been
it's
one of
safe
those
to
people that just
say
be
you have a
trying
good
stuff or just do
imagination. Like, yeah,
things.
you always had like a great imagination. You seen
Hmm.
things differently than others for the most part.
Yeah. So like even like with the whole me
Hmm.
starting to cook at 4 just because I was watching people cook, I was like I could do that. So like I never like been scared to just try things. I'm definitely a daredevil. Like I feel like you know that from like us growing up. I was always like YOLO. I don't ever really
Only
cared
live
about that
once.
much
That's a
thing.
fact. I mean, I had to live by that too at one point. Once that song came out, you
Yeah, 'cause
you don't live
like
in. Yeah,
you
you
literally
got to
only
make
get
the.
one life. You're gonna die anyways. So
And life
you
is
gotta
about
live
experiences, so
your
you
best
gotta,
life.
you gotta experience things, in order to sometimes grow. So
Hmm. You do. You really do have to experience
you're gonna
things. If
want
you didn't
to try.
experience anything, like for example, yeah, like for example, I like scars because scars have like they have a
Yeah.
story to it. So like if I'm dating somebody and like they don't have no scars on their body, I feel like they ain't go through
Yeah.
nothing. Like you gotta have at least one little scar
Something
on
that
your
tell a
body.
story. Got you. Got you.
Hmm.
That makes sense though. That makes sense.
Like I just feel like all of my experiences, like everything that I've been through has definitely brought me to the
Got
place
you.
I am now. Like, because I feel like if I didn't go through anything I went through, I wouldn't
That,
be where I
that's
am.
that's true. That's true. Like your focus would be probably somewhere else.
Hmm. Definitely. Like, I have, like, I'm not gonna lie, I've always had like
Hmm.
my whole life planned out. Like, since I was literally a kid, like, I could see I'm not gonna say I could see my future, but I was able to
Got
see where my life was going. And it's still the same things, like as I grow older and then the closer I get to
you. Yeah.
what I'm supposed to be doing, it's like the mental attacks and stuff gets like stronger because I know that I'm fulfilling my
When
purpose.
you reach a new
And
level,
it's like,
it get harder.
yeah, like when you have a higher calling in life, your attacks are
I
definitely stronger.
agree. I agree with that. So before you go for that topic, what was your dreams and aspirations when you was young? Like for the people who don't know.
Um, I always
Okay.
wanted to be a veterinarian. I also always wanted to have a restaurant. Also, always wanted to have a hair salon. Always wanted to be a pilot, a
Mm.
truck driver.
A jack of all trades.
There's not one specific thing. Yeah, there's not one
Hmm.
specific thing that I ever wanted to do. So like I still have that mindset. I don't have the mindset that I have to choose one thing and that's that
Yeah.
one thing that I do the rest of my life. Like this is my juice bar is just like the beginning. It's the baby. It's the first thing
Yeah.
besides me actually becoming a mom. It's the first thing that I'm like dedicating myself to and like being consistent with and going hard with.
Congratulations on
So
that.
it's like
You will.
thank you. So I feel like once I get to the point where I'm like really comfortable with the juice bar, then I'll go be a truck driver and like I'll go fly planes. Like I'm gonna do all of the things that I always wanted to do because I'm one of those people
So
I just want to do it one
you want to
time.
fly?
Like
You
I
want
want to go
you
get
want to
my pilot
fly
license
planes?
because I want to
Okay.
fly my
Okay.
own
When you're
plane.
traveling, you
So
just want
like
to hop in your plane. You going?
I just want to go get in my plane. I don't want to wait for nobody. Let me fly myself where I gotta go. So like I want to. I'm definitely well rounded. Like I think outside of the box. Like I
Got
don't
you.
like waiting for
Got you.
people. So
Yeah.
if the pilot is late and I'm ready to go, I want to just fly my own plane.
Nah, I like that though. I like that though. Like a plane, like flying your own plane,
Yeah.
getting to where you need to get to.
Hello?
Yeah, what's up?
Hmm.
All right,
Mm.
Hey.
everybody, Yola in the building. All right, so
Hi,
so
good
we
night,
gonna
good
catch
night,
catch
y'all.
them up.
That's up, that's up. How y'all doing?
Doing good, doing good.
Hello, how are you? Ain't see y'all in so long.
Exactly. We gotta go down to Tampa, Yola. We
No, really.
we got
Well,
we got
so what's this?
we got to pop out for the grand opening.
Is this an interview right here?
Tampa kind of getting,
Is this an interview
huh?
right here, or this is we just chilling right now?
Nah, this the interview.
No,
We
this
we
is
at
an
the
interview.
we catching up. We catching up right now. Like we talking about like her dreams and aspirations and like the things that she always wanted to do, and she was
Copy.
just talking about flying planes, and
Well, fine.
we already know about the juice bar.
She want
She's
to be a
bringing that
pilot?
into
You said
Yeah, I'm
a
being my
pilot, a
own
truck
pilot.
driver.
what you want to fly? Helicopters or planes? I missed that. So,
Good question.
I
Good question.
do want to fly helicopters. I do. Because I do want my
Good
own
question.
helicopter. So, like, the things that I'm getting myself is the things that I want to learn how to operate. So, like, when I get to my point of freedom where I can get my own plane, I want to just be able to
would
fly my own
you want
plane.
to make a
When I get my
airlines?
helicopter, I want to fly my
Like
own
have your own
helicopter.
airlines, and like how people could book the airlines to go to Jamaica or
Hmm.
that
That's
yeah,
actually in
That's
my
all right.
plan.
what's that movie called? It was a movie with Kevin Hart.
Um,
Yeah, Soul
You're
Plane, and he had his
so
own
plain.
airline. So basically, you want your own airline.
that
Yep, and it'll probably
that'd
be
be
like
hard.
Soul Plane too. Some of
Nah, that would
everything
be
on
fire.
there.
That'd be fire.
That's definitely in my plan. So like I was saying before, like I have my entire life planned out. So like I feel like I manifest everything in my life.
Hmm.
So um I'm definitely not leaving this earth without leaving my kids and their
Can I ask you
kids
a
and their
question?
kids and their
So that
kids.
doing
Like,
that manifesting, it works.
mhm. The power is in the tongue. Like,
Uh,
Preach,
and
preach.
I mean that. Like everything that you speak into your life
Copy.
comes into your life in some way, shape, or form. So like it's like even your wording, like if you say I'm trying to do this, or instead of saying
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this, it's two different things. Because like trying is like, okay, I'm trying. But if you
Copy.
say I'm gonna do this, you're gonna do it. You're gonna get it
Hmm.
done. So like when you say certain words, like even with my kid when she says things, like I'll tell her,
You're correct.
don't say
Yeah.
that, say this. Because saying things like one thing that I told her from young is can't is not in your vocabulary. Don't ever use that word. Can't is a word that I feel like it was created to hinder you and like hold you back by saying I can't do this. Why can't you do it? What's the reason you can't do it? So like certain words like trying, can't,
Hmm.
I want to. I think those are good words right there. I want to because it's like
Yeah. Get
you
it done.
thinking about it and it's like yeah, and then once you go from I want to do this to I'm gonna do this, your
Got
life is
you. It's
definitely
like a
gonna change.
transition.
Yeah, I feel you.
Hmm. Everything is mental, every single thing, like literally
Yeah,
Copy.
everything
I
is in your
heard. I
mind.
heard every like a lot of things is 90% mental, 10% physical type of.
Hmm. So like when I say everything is in your mind, like for example, excuse me, my grandma, I moved here 5 years ago. My grandma
Where did
Yeah.
you move
actually
from?
asked me to come here, and I'm Queens.
Oh, so,
Well,
so,
at that
oh,
time, I
you
was
made it
living in
seem like
Brooklyn.
you came from another
Um,
country. I'm like, huh? Where did you move from?
I
That's regular. That's
mean, I
regular.
came to
That's
Tampa.
regular. Okay. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Meta said came from Mars for real, because I'm not from here.
Gotcha.
Like, when my grandma asked me to come here, she she was having back problems. So like she was walking around and stuff. She was still going to like the market in peace and like going outside to garden. And then over the past 5 years, like I've watched her transition, and that's because she speaks negatively. So it's like she'll say,
Yeah.
if I ask her how she's doing, she'll say, not so good. Why are you not so good? Why
So,
can't you say you feel good? If you start saying that you feel good, you're going to start feeling better. You telling yourself that you don't feel good and your back hurts and stuff, I told her that she's literally mentally making herself sick, which is
Yeah.
what she's doing. The same way when people are in the hospital, being in the hospital for
damn,
days
can
or
I ask you a
weeks
question
and
real quick?
months,
You see
it
how you
kills
just
you.
said, not to cut you off, keep what you're about to say, but do you see how you just said that one thing before
Mm-hmm.
just now? So if I say, can I use that for smoking? That
What
that
do you
that that that
mean?
that that what you said for, can I use that for smoking? I don't know how to explain it, but you said something about the hospital. Did you say something like that?
Mm-hmm. I'm saying like when people are
Yeah.
like in the hospital and they're just stuck in a bed. It's like they're mentally being drained because they're just stuck in one place. Like you can't go nowhere. You're just laying there and it's like you just your body begins to get tired. So like and I
Mm-hmm.
smoke. So I don't know what you're talking
Mm,
about with the whole smoking thing. You gotta like be specific
no,
what
forget
you
that shit.
mean.
Forget it. You could continue because I'm smoking right now as we go.
um My thing with smoking and me is I've been smoking since I was like 14. So I've been like slowing down and then I'll get to a point where like I'll stop and then it's like a week or something later I'm like, oh my God, I gotta smoke. So like that's definitely a mental thing that I'm working on. That's a personal issue that I have. But I feel like weed is natural. Like it's not like you smoking
Yeah.
cigarettes or something. Weed is literally from the ground. I don't see no problem with it. Um, I suffer from anxiety, so like it helps me a
Same
lot with
here.
my anxiety.
Same here. I could relate.
Like I'll have, for example, like yesterday was like going through so much, and I was like, okay, I just need to smoke. Like I was having such an irritable day. And then once I finally wind
Yeah.
down and smoked,
You mellowed
it
out.
was like, whew, okay. I got my thoughts slowed down, everything. Like smoking
Definitely
helps.
help.
It does help.
Definitely helps.
So I got a question, right? So how did you transition into like the juicing into a business? Like when did you start juicing and then you transition into a business?
Um, that's a good question. Um,
Thank
so
you.
like I first started like juicing and making smoothies when I was a kid. My mom, I used to like work out with her and stuff, and she would make me like smoothies and
Mm-hmm.
shakes, all types of stuff. So we used to do all those healthy things. So that's what made me, from a kid, be like, I want like a smoothie shop and a restaurant. Like I used to pretend to be on a cooking show in my kitchen by myself, like just, yeah, guys. So we're gonna take the paprika and we're gonna put it in here. We're gonna take a little salt. Like that's literally what I used to do. Like picture myself being on a
Oh, that's
TV
fine.
show cooking,
Yeah.
and then
I'm
like
trying to
over
learn
time,
juicing.
like I don't know,
I stop at the little places, the
juicing is
vegan
easy.
places, and get a little smoothie here and there when I can. But I would like to definitely make that a part of a daily routine.
I like juicing because it's so simple. Like Even though like the prices now for like
Yeah,
vegetables and fruits are crazy. Um, and you had to get like a bunch of it to make a lot of it. So like the way that I juice for myself is I'll make like 5 days worth of juices and I'll keep two in the fridge and freeze the others. So like as the days go on,
Okay.
I take them out the freezer. Um, Juicing,
What's the best
I
blender to
feel
start
like
with
it helps me.
if I want to be a juicer? Because I do.
Mm,
But what's a good blender? Not too expensive, not too cheap.
a
Decent one that
nutrabullet, right?
something I could start with tomorrow.
I like
I
you want
mean,
a
that's how
blender.
I make it.
I feel like I started off with, yeah, I feel like
Yeah,
I
he should
started with a
start it with that.
NutriBullet. I think that's what I started with. But like if you want a juicer, um, it's a juicer. It starts with an A. It's a cold press juicer. Um, I can't remember the name. It's not that expensive. I
Okay.
think it's like $100. The juicer that I use
Mhm.
for my content is the Nama juicer. And so like you could put a whole bunch of things in there and
Yeah.
it'll like
Yeah.
turn it
Okay.
and mix it all together. I
Go.
really like that juicer. It's easy to clean. Um, the other juicer that I'm talking about, I have one. I don't like cleaning it. Like it's like it has too many parts to it to me. I don't like it's like bottles in my mind. Like I don't want to get my baby a bottle that's too complicated. Like
Mhm.
I just want something simple and it gets the job done. So I like the Nama juicer. I think that juicer was like I think now it might be like $200. The other juicer is like 100. Yeah, like 100 or 120. But I don't really like it. It's
More
like
work.
it's just
Yeah.
too many parts for me. Yeah.
I was at my
I work
cousin's
smarter, not
house one
harder.
time, and I seen that the vegans even have their own cereal now. I never knew that.
Yeah, I'm not vegan, so like, but they definitely
Cereal.
have
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not.
they
Not
have
trying nothing.
everything. Like, I love vegan food. Like, it's my goal by the time I'm 40 to become vegan or plant-based, whatever you want to call it. Um, but like, I think my main problem is that I love seafood and I
Mm.
also like chicken wings. Like, I love chicken wings. So it's like I'll take times where I'm like, okay, let me just do plant-based and then I'll last like a week because I want to get a chicken wing.
Yeah, I never even tried plant-based yet.
It's really good. I feel like it don't taste any different.
That's cool.
So what you had that was plant based?
Um, yeah, I like stuff, bacon, burgers. I've had I've had vegan crab cakes. Um, I've had vegan chicken wings, which is really good. Um, vegan, dang, I've had a lot of things. My mom also used to get vegan stuff when I was a kid, so like I've always been into
Okay.
all of that
Yeah, you
plant-based
was
stuff.
introduced to it at a young age.
My fault. Max, what's your
hmm
nationality? Alright, cool. Cool.
I'm
There's
just
nothing
black.
wrong with that. I was just asking.
Everyone thinks I'm like Spanish or something. I've gotten Pakistani a few times, and I
What?
was like,
What you had a turban on?
I don't
Wow.
know. I just had, I forgot how my hair was. I think it was actually in a bun. And I was working at Home Depot in Ozone Park.
Oh, yeah.
And then a few people was like, are you Pakistani? Like, no, do I look Pakistani? I don't think I look
Probably
Nah,
how your
Pakistani.
that's crazy.
hair is and stuff like that.
Like, I get Spanish a
I
lot.
know your daughter is your twin.
A lot of people always think of Spanish.
Oh, dear.
Hmm. She's actually Spanish. She's
Okay.
black and Colombian.
Yeah, she's definitely a twin right there.
It's funny because she actually looks just like her dad. She just makes my facial expressions.
So
You guys definitely gotta come to
Tampa,
Tampa.
Florida. Is it far from Orlando? Okay.
It's just an hour.
I've been to Orlando and Miami recently. With Tampa, I didn't never stopped at Tampa.
Yeah, yeah, I ain't been in Tampa.
Tampa is like more
Okay.
people are coming to Tampa now. Mostly because what's his name? Tom
The football
Brady.
team.
Like ever since he came, yeah, ever since he came, like it's like Tampa just dropped. Like it
Mm.
just showed up on the map.
Yeah,
No, that's what's up.
the
Shout out to
celebrity do that
Tampa.
for you.
Hmm.
He said, "Shout out to Tampa."
Tampa need a lot of help. That's why I'm here. It's like it's completely different from New York. Like on another level different. Like for example, the food spots don't open till like 11 o'clock. Who wants to eat breakfast at 11 o'clock?
Nah, yeah,
That's
Brunch.
brunch. And like they close at like 5, 6 o'clock. So I'm gonna be open from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m., which gives people time to come before work
yeah,
and after
yeah.
work.
That's more better hours.
And my New York City foods. Hmm. Definitely bringing New York here. They need New York here. It's like mm, they need help here.
Shout out
Too,
to out there though.
too
How's
slow
how's the
paced.
party scene?
The party scene here is like mm, I don't know. You know how like brunch
Yeah.
turns into a day party out there? If it don't do that here. It's just brunch. Like literally, you
They
just
just
go to brunch
calm.
and
Yeah,
that's
they.
it. There's no day party. I think some places have day parties, but like I don't know. I don't go where like all the college kids are. I don't have the mental
Gotcha.
capacity
Oh
for
yeah,
No.
yeah,
that.
yeah. The college kids where the party at.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe it's because I like lived my life way before 21. I've been stopped partying.
Yeah,
I've
we
probably
all
been to
partied
a
out.
party with you in my lifetime.
That's a
I've
fact.
probably been to a party with you. I probably been to a party that you were at in my lifetime. Facts.
That's a fact.
Definitely,
Yeah,
especially in
yeah,
Cambria
The
yeah.
facts.
Barbecues and
I
everything.
barbecues.
definitely been to a party. I have been to a party and you was there. 100%.
100%.
At least 2 or 3 times.
I be missing. I be having my moments on like, damn, I live life so early. But like that's part of like growing up in New York. It's like people here, I feel like they didn't grow up until they was like in their 20s. We grew up when we was like 10. So like it's a complete difference and like even like when it comes to shots, I don't take shots because I already lived my shot days. So like ever since I had a kid, I can't take shots. But I'll take my shot and pour it in my drink. So people be like, "Why are you not taking shots?" I'm gonna be just as drunk as you. I'm just
Yeah,
pouring it in my drink. I didn't live my shot days. Like I can't
I
take
feel it.
shots no more. I did that. way before 21. Like the year I turned 21, I didn't even show my ID to anybody because
Nah,
I didn't go
I
nowhere.
feel you. You was ahead of your time. Well, not ahead of your time, but you did it already.
Yeah, definitely. I think that was like, even though I lived like a crazy life, I'm happy I grew up how I did.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Because it gave me the
Yeah,
mental that I have now.
congratulations. You seem very
Definitely.
mature.
Yeah.
Definitely not like the simple girls them out there now. Like simple minded, you know? I could tell by this.
hmm I can't deal with simple-minded people.
Yeah,
I
hey,
can't. That's like, I just can't.
got
That's why, um, like my restaurant is not just the juice bar; it's a resource center too. So like my main goal, my main focus is mental health. So like, if your mental isn't right, nothing's gonna be right. Literally, it's just how life works. So I'm gonna do my best to help people that want help and teach them like, well, first and foremost, we need more entrepreneurs in the world, Black entrepreneurs. So we're gonna be having seminars and workshops and stuff, and over time give free therapy sessions to all ages, especially kids and men, because men, you guys are like, even though
no,
nobody
there's
respects
respect
women,
for there's respect for
nobody
women.
Nobody
respects
respects
men.
women.
There's like no respect when it comes to men's mental health, like at all. It's like I hate when I hear moms tell their sons, "Stop crying, you a man," or "Stop crying, you a boy."
Although you're
What does
saying
that
like
have to
we're
do with
supposed to
anything?
automatically be strong.
Everybody is.
You're saying like
No,
I don't
she
feel like
she's
that.
saying that's
No,
how the
that's
that's
how
mom.
the
how
world
Yeah,
the
feels.
that's
Yeah,
how
you
the.
got
world
some accent.
feels.
The world feels like we're just supposed to be. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's how the world feels. I feel like we're literally all humans. I don't care what gender. The only thing that makes us different is our private
yeah,
parts. So like we're all born with feelings at the end of the day. Every single living being has feelings. So like telling somebody they shouldn't be crying just because they're a boy or they're a man, I don't fuck with that at all. Because it's basically telling you that your feelings don't matter or you shouldn't have feelings. And then when those little boys that are told that grow up and become men that don't really know how to show emotions, that's not easy to deal with, especially because I actually went through that growing up. I'm not a man, but I was also told to stop crying. I'm very
I
emotional.
think that's where the
I'm an
ladies are at
emotional
today.
like being
The women are at today.
naturally.
The stage of they done with that crying shit, crying over guys and crying over stuff, and so they done with that shit. So yeah,
I
you could
agree.
continue. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm definitely. I don't know. I'm not crying over nobody. Um, but like growing up, if I like expressed how I felt, it was like, "Oh, you're calling me the worst mother," blah blah blah. Like, no, I'm not. I'm telling you how
yeah.
I feel. So now you're pulling like the victim card, and it's like telling me my feelings aren't valid,
Instead of
which
just
is
trying
why I
to
can
fix the
relate.
problem, she basically throw that under the rug and create a new situation. Mm.
Right. So like now I'm mean because I express myself. So Like I definitely understand where with the whole stop crying because I used to get
Yeah.
told stop crying and like all those same things. So I don't like that. Like I feel like everybody's feelings
Yeah,
are
I agree
valid.
with you.
Like it doesn't matter who it
Hmm.
is, your feelings are valid. You should be able to feel all of your emotions in peace. You shouldn't have to like hide your feelings or whatever. So like now that I'm very self-aware. I feel like I've always been self-aware, but the older I
Hmm.
get, the more I heal, and it's like I get more in tune with myself. And the way I do that is with shrooms. Like shrooms definitely
Now,
helps
this is the
me,
first time I ever
fix
heard
me.
somebody say that.
So
Literally.
I think it's like my
I don't take
second, third
shrooms
time
for
hearing
fun.
that.
Well, I never heard that.
I highly recommend shrooms. Like I definitely do. Shrooms have gotten me to like years ago. I used to say I'm not taking shrooms. I would never take shrooms and stuff like that. Only because I saw people trip,
Hallucinate.
like they tripped
So
out.
is it what I
So
can I ask you a
like
question? Is it what I
I
see in the
was on
movies?
some
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
seeing all the
and
cool stuff.
colors and all
Yeah,
Word?
vibrant.
you see all of that. Yeah. So like one time, um, one of the coolest things that I saw was when I took shrooms. I take shrooms by myself, by the way. Um, I feel like that's my personal space, and it's my time
Opium.
to be alone and fix me. So like I'll take shrooms and go outside and connect with the earth.
That's all.
So like I was outside and there was a lotus flower around the moon. Like that was like one of the
That's
coolest things
crazy.
I ever saw on shrooms.
Yeah, that's different.
There was another time, one of my most intense trips that I ever took was when I faced me. So like, let me put the phone up here. So like, when I took them, this was in 2021. It was me and me, and I
Like
was talking to me, and and like in the movies, when
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like the people looking in the mirror and it's them talking to them. That's exactly how it was, except it
But
was like in my
the
head.
other person's lips are
Like I
moving,
had my
which is
eyes
you, and
closed.
they're talking to you, and you could talk back to them. Wow, that's
Right. So like this is like I had my eyes closed and it was like me calling me to me. Like I basically was like come here, I need to talk to you. And then it was literally me standing and me sitting in
Hmm.
Indian style. And I was sitting and listening. And I was like, that was like one of
what
the
you just
best things I've
listen to
ever
yourself,
done.
talk to yourself.
Like, yep. And like the way it started was like there was it was us and then there was like a timeline behind us. Like and the me
Yeah.
that was talking, I brought me back literally all the way from birth. Like I saw me coming
Oh,
out of
that's
the
crazy.
coochie and it was just going down the timeline and I'm gonna say she. So she was like, you see this, we don't care about this anymore. This we don't care about this anymore. Let it go. This we don't care about this anymore. Let it go. And it was like my body was like releasing all of this like trauma that I was
Wow.
holding on to. And it was like that was some cool shit. Like it sounds
That's a,
scary, but that was like one of the coolest things I've ever
so
experienced in my
that's like
life.
extreme version of self-reflection.
That was very extreme. Like I didn't even I
Was
the
that
way that she
situation
brought
like
me
a wake up
to the
call or something?
beginning of my
What to
life.
you? Did that make it like?
Yeah,
Did
that's
that even
a
make
good
you go
question.
harder? Like that? Like bring a light to
Yeah,
you type shit? I
yeah,
don't know how to explain it, but if you could,
yeah.
It basically was like
huh?
get out your feelings. Like that I feel like that's what it was because I've always been just so emotional and like felt strongly about like I don't
Mhm,
care about a
mhm.
lot of things. I really don't. But there's like the very few things that I do care about and like I was like holding on to them. So like even when it came to like I feel like everybody has at least one or the or both like mommy or and daddy issues or you got both or like at some point in your life they did something and it
Yeah,
caused you to have like an issue. So I feel like every single body deals with that. And when I went, like when I had my trip, it was like the weights was like just being lifted off my shoulders. Like I felt pure the next
fun.
day. It was like,
That
it was
Sound
crazy.
you release
Like it
like
was
that.
really
all
crazy.
that bondage. Yeah, she released all that bondage.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Like I felt like everything that was like weighing on me and like pull. You know, we say we just
Mhm.
throw it in the back of our minds. We really do that. Like real deal. We really just push things to the back of our minds because it's like we don't want to think about it or we don't want to feel those feels. But realistically, in order to get through something,
So,
you have
Yeah.
to
so
feel the feels.
basically, I got a
Like,
question. When they say drugs are bad, then that means it's not all of them.
right. Like, I feel like when they say drugs are bad, it's because society and like portrayed drugs to be a certain way. Like
Yeah.
weed. What's wrong with weed? Just because it makes you, weed do make you a little slower, but it helps you, especially if you're somebody that deals with like, for example, me, I have social anxiety. So like if I'm about to go to a bar or something where I know a lot of people is about to be, I'm gonna smoke first so I can relax and then
Mhm.
go to the bar. If I go to the bar without smoking, it's like, hmm, this is a lot of people in here. Like, I feel like drugs are only bad if you
For the
use
wrong
it
purpose.
a certain way. Yeah, like heroin. I think those are the bad drugs. Like that's not the
Yeah,
drugs
that's
that
a
I think
no
is
good.
okay.
Yeah,
That's not an
that's a
escape
different
drug.
situation. That's a different
That's
situation.
not an escape drug, not at all.
Yeah, that's a different situation. That's a lock-in
Yeah,
drug. You about to lock in for
yeah,
life with
like
that.
That's a
Dog
lot.
food. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
literally for life. Because it's like I don't know. I feel like there's things that I have gotten addicted to, which was like I feel like me smoking for so many years, that's an addiction. Um, what else? I was like borderline alcoholic
That's
at
an
a point.
addiction.
That's
Yeah.
an addiction that I like. I definitely that was a journey getting over. But I was I don't know. I just feel like things that are from the earth is good for you. Like like shrooms
Yeah.
is literally from the ground. So like I've never heard of anyone overdosing on shrooms ever. Like ever. Because it's like I feel like you can't overdose on shrooms. I feel like you
Hmm.
can if you take too much, but like that's not overdosing. That's just you like tapping into
Mm.
another level of your conscience. Like that's what causes people to trip out. I feel like if you're not ready to face you, don't take shrooms. Because we all got demons. So like, if you're not ready to face your demons,
Yeah, that's
don't take
So
it.
that's what it was like when you first took it. You start
The
facing your
first
demons.
time I took shrooms, um, yeah, the first time I
Did
took
Did
shrooms,
you ever see the person more than
actually,
once?
the first psychedelic,
Yeah.
like me,
Like, did they
see
bother
me
you?
again.
It's a
Every trip
different
I've
trip
had
every
was
time.
different. Every single time is different. So like that one trip was the first and like last time I ever like faced me. But that's because I went into it with the intention for me to, like, I was going through
Yeah.
so much at that time, and I was like figuring out like what is wrong with me. And I realized what was wrong with me is that I was trying to fix me. Like I was I'm still unlearning things that I learned like growing up and stuff. So like when you're raised a certain way, or like you raise yourself a certain way, unlearning those survival, like, what is it, instincts
Hmm.
that you have, it's like it's not easy. Like, I don't know how to really explain it. I've always been like to myself, like I would pick, like, not pick, but like I will always have one friend and it's like my friend.
Yeah.
That's You're my person. But like other than that, it was like I'm always by myself. I'm a loner. So getting out of that mindset isn't easy. Getting out of like a independent mindset isn't easy. Like I'm the type of person, it could be 20 men right here, I'm still gonna grab all of the bags. And it's not because I want to,
The
it's just
instinct.
a
Yeah.
natural
It's
thing
the
that I'm
first instinct.
used to doing. So like men will literally be like, put the
Yeah,
bags
independent
down, I'm
woman.
right here. And I'm like, no, I got it. But it's like, stop
Yeah,
saying you got it. Like that's what I'm working on, my independence. It's definitely not easy at all. Um, and it, like, I don't know if it causes issues in when it comes to dating. I guess it does. I
I
depends
don't
on the
think
know
I think it's
circumstance.
probably
how to really
It
describe
will.
it.
It would.
yeah in certain circumstances, but I feel like in if you're dating somebody who's like understanding and things of that nature and got good like observing skills, they'll basically go.
They'll basically come take the weight off your shoulder.
Well,
Well, not
well,
saying there's
yeah,
a weight on
yeah,
your shoulder.
but
Sorry,
Right.
it
sorry,
they'll
sorry.
match it.
They'll
They'll match it.
yeah, yeah,
They'll
yeah.
match
They'll
what's
take,
going on.
but if there is a weight on the shoulder, they'll take it off
Yeah,
basically.
yeah, it's gonna be a weight taken off because y'all gonna put in the same type of energy, which is gonna produce like less, you know, less
Yeah.
stress. That's
Right.
less
That's
stress. Yeah,
also
Yeah,
if they
that's
know
fact.
how to
it's
deal
just a
with it.
matter of the person.
Yeah, a lot of people, I don't know, it's like them at the time, they won't tell me. But like I've had people like over time, like after we like broke up or whatever, they'll be like, it's not easy dealing with me because I'm independent, or like I'm I've literally had somebody tell me before, he said to me that basically he was like, I'm so smart that I'm like too smart for myself. And I said to
Mm.
him, no, I'm too smart for you. And he was like, he literally
Yeah,
was like, you're
he
right.
just ain't want
You are too
to say
smart
that
for
first.
me. Because, right. And it was like, you're used to women doing what you telling them to do. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not like that at all. Um, like, for example, when he called me one time, I don't know if he was joking or not, but I answered the phone. He was like, turn your
Nah,
location
that's
on. I was
boundaries.
like, no. And he was like, why you can't just listen? And I was like, this is why we're not gonna work. Like,
Yeah, nah,
Turn
I
that's
your
don't know what
location
you want
on.
from
we don't
me.
do those.
I'm not.
Nah, you have
You turn your
nah,
location on. If you
nah,
want me to
nah,
do
nah,
something, you
nah,
gotta do
nah,
it
nah,
too.
nah. Location, nah,
Nah, that yeah,
nah.
yeah, that way they
Yeah, that's that new era stuff. We
yeah,
don't do that.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not
There's
into that.
females that is
Um,
though. That's crazy
I ain't
part.
I'm
gonna lie. In my world of
yeah, and
dating,
there's
I ain't
people that
never
will
get that.
listen.
Sorry. So I'm my generation.
Yeah, no, yeah,
That's new.
nobody told me to turn it
That's
on, but
new.
there's people who like that. They want you to tell them turn on your location.
Hold
So
on.
he probably was dealing with
Hmm.
that's probably women he was
That
dealing
don't
with,
There
mean
and
I
he
is.
won't
probably thinking that
be
was gonna
in.
work with you,
I won't say I won't
and
be
he
in
was
a
like, nah.
situation, and I might not agree.
Right.
It
Hmm.
depends. But in the future, but for now, I never been through that yet. That's crazy.
Yeah. All that like, excuse me. All that I think is like the controlling stuff. I feel like if my parents
How
couldn't
yeah,
control
how
me,
somebody gonna just come
Yeah.
out of nowhere years later
yeah,
thinking they about to run it?
Yeah.
I feel like if I ain't listen to nobody, like literally, I didn't listen to nobody growing up. I always did whatever I wanted to do. But I'm not listening to you. You're not. First of all, I'm not your child. We're both adults. Um, and I feel like
Yeah. But
there's
Hmm.
somebody for everybody. So like,
I got a question.
you want me to do certain
How
things,
long
and
y'all was together?
mm,
A year?
like a
were
year.
you doing were you
Hmm.
was doing things to make him scared to want you to put on your location? Like, nah, what is this girl doing? I gotta know her whereabouts.
No, he said to me multiple times, like even from the beginning, that he was
Scared of
scared of
you?
me, and I've gotten that from a
What does
lot of
that
people,
mean?
and
He
being
scared of you?
because I come with a different energy. I come
Uh-huh.
with a different mindset. I come like I feel like there's
Okay.
nobody like me, especially out here in Tampa. So like when people meet me or whatever and
Oh, okay. He
they
from
like
Tampa. That's why.
experience me, it's like it's like
Mm.
I'm a different breed. And it's also not easy dealing with me. Like I'm not a hard person to deal with.
Hmm.
I'm very easygoing. I don't care about much. Um, I'm not turning my location on.
Hell no.
I'm
Me neither.
not
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
the,
Yeah, that's
like
quiet.
I've had people say to me like, "Why can't you just
Admit.
submit?" And it's like, do you know what submit means? Like, I feel like now
It, it,
is like a word
can
that
I ask y'all
just
a
dropped.
question?
Like
Is
submit is
dropping
like
your
a new
pin sending
word.
your turning your locations on? So
Mm-mm.
all
It's
right.
just
So
telling
nah.
somebody
So
where
I
you
did
at.
that. Say my shorty hit me up. I'll drop the pin like, yo, I'm right here. I'll be home soon. And tell her and
Yeah,
tell
no,
her, yo, drop
no,
your
that's
pin where
different.
you're at, la la la, stuff like that. But nah, not no, not
Share my
them levels.
location.
Right. Turn it on indefinitely is different than
Yeah,
send me your location. Like you just want me to put my location on
yeah,
and for what? Why is your location not on? And
yeah.
this is a two-way street. Like I feel like when you go into stuff, you come into that bitch 100. It's not no 1090, 2080, 3070.
But
No, you come into it 100. And I feel like everybody
Yeah.
requires patience. Um, I feel like everybody has been through something that causes them to be how they are. And I just feel like I really just feel like everybody requires patience,
The,
but there's like people that require more patience